Why didn't you explain that earlier?
I did!
This is why we need a shed. This is Simple Living with Beata. A year ago, we bought 18 acres of raw land, and week by week, we're developing it until we can build our dream home and homestead from scratch. The last few weeks, we've been working hard at starting the foundation for our home and getting the septic bed ready. And this week, we are starting our shed. We need a place to store all of the tools that we keep having to haul back and forth. And this week, I brought my husband with me. And the shed is going somewhere up here, but I haven't decided yet.
Where are we going?
I just plop her up there. We need a truck. This one, cute butt. Because I feel like if I go this way, then we're creating like an L shape that way.
I believe you.
Okay.
You're better at best than I am.
So we've marked out approximately where we want the shed to go. And now we're just like raking back the topsoil. It's all dug up from the excavator and getting the roots and the sticks out and trying to get to the nice like sandy soil underneath. So the way we're building the foundation for this shed is we're starting off with plywood on the bottom layer and then a cement pad and then the cement block. This is my stepdad Craig's favorite way to do it. He says the plywood keeps everything stable and keeps the concrete pad from snapping and cracking in half and hopefully keeps things from sinking as much. There is going to be shifting though.
Thanks for getting me the clamp.
There you go, good sir. We did buy a new blade, by the way. We just can't fix it out here because we don't have the right tools. And Cam would rather be using his table saw at home.
Uh-huh. Set it once and just go.
Yeah, I know, but we're here. Love me, say that you love me. Actually gonna drop them like that. This circ saw has called it a quits. We just need a new blade on it. Cam's gonna cut the rest at home. Today was a bit of a fail. We only had like an hour and a half here and Mr. Give Up over here.
Mr. I have a better solution and I don't want to deal with this crap. Last time I worked with you.
But we're gonna come back tomorrow with better solutions.
And better attitudes.
Yeah.
Than this guy.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Good morning. We are building a shed today, which is really exciting, but I thought I'd showcase the incredible ice and how cold it has gotten. Last week it was 18 degrees and now it's -4, but it's all good. We can build in the cold. A lot of things haven't gone exactly to plan with this build. We really were hoping to pour our foundation before winter, but with the concrete shortage and with the issues we've had with the excavators. Really? It's not even moving. It's getting delivered the wrong sized excavator and having to wait another 2 weeks for a new one. Our timeline really just got pushed back. Like, we could have been pouring maybe by the end of this week or next week, but it's so cold and it's a monolithic slab and I don't want to risk cracking. So we're pouring in the spring. And the thing about me doing this YouTube channel, I want to make sure I'm taking things at a pace that makes sense to be able to enjoy the build process. I know so many people who absolutely hated building their homes because of how exhausting it was. I'd much rather pour love into the home we build, take my time, make sure things are being done properly, and I'd rather do it myself for the most part than hiring out a ton of trades because they're all so rushed and overwhelmed right now. It's such a beautiful process learning these things from scratch. It takes more time and I'm okay with that.
Hey, you did okay.
I did pretty good.
It actually needs to come up.
That's perfect because I want to add gravel underneath.
Beautiful.
Yay!
Level itself.
You can see that? I can't see that.
It's gone now.
This is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. We can barely see the green line, which I was worried about. We're just gonna try our best.
Does that feel good or what? Hey?
Yeah.
Only like 17 more times.
So this has been overly frustrating without like having a transit or some sort of like outdoor laser level of some sort. So we're having to kind of like manually do it with a level and a tape measure and adding in more gravel to bring it up to the correct height. So man, it's been quite the ordeal.
We keep measuring 7 inches over and over again, so I had this brilliant idea to just make a 7-inch
jig.
Yeah. Took way longer than it should have.
We need a new blade.
Dude, money.
Is it level?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we have these back 3 foundation blocks set. And tomorrow we're gonna finish them all. It was slow moving today, but we're just figuring things out. We've actually never done this before, so as you can tell by my channel, lots of learning, brand new things. So see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. I don't know how we're gonna do this today with all this snow, but we have to get it done. And we got a very cool tool from my friend who's letting us borrow his transit. So that should make life so much easier once we get the courage to actually start working.
I don't wanna.
Excited? Yes, I'm excited.
No more ghetto action.
No more ghetto whatever we were doing yesterday. Took us too long. And that one's not even level. We good? Good. Because basically we need to come up that much with gravel. I love this transit. This is so much easier. It's telling us what we need to backfill it in the one hole and the other hole. And then our other 3 are pretty much set at level. We just might have to dig down a little bit. So I'm very excited. I'm hoping this will go semi-quickly. You ready to shovel some gravel? Hey!
Where are the
keys? You're staying. We're finding gravel.
Work, or am I just gonna do?
Yeah, you're gonna work.
See, well, here, I'll give you a little tip. This way, there's gravel.
Yeah.
So we got to get it. So put the camera down.
Cam went out and bought us some glovies.
Here's the plan. Ready? Okay. You stay warm, and then you got your fingies still. Yeah. Fingers.
Okay, we're gonna go into hyperdrive and just get this done. So here's a before. Here's the after.
Forest, I'll have energy all day.
I don't think I've ever gotten something square on the first try, so today's a pretty amazing day.
A little fighting. Oh.
What?
No.
No.
Go. Get away from the transit. What are you doing? Please don't knock anything out the shed either.
I'm gonna try that one. All right, guys, this is a build site, so if all 6 of you could get away from the transit. Hi.
Just saying. Oh, we don't want to. I don't want to.
Okay, almost hit the transit. All right, we've cleared them out. Now we have to actually nail these together, and then we will get going on our floor joists. So we thought we had a broken nail gun or couldn't figure it out. Turns out I just didn't put pressure into the hose, so.
Nailed it.
So how do you use these things?
Push it in and pull the trigger. Yeah.
Whoa! So we have the foundation done and the first pieces of lumber laid, and we're gonna do the rest of the floor joists tomorrow because we have run out of time. Good morning. We are on day number 3 of this build. We're not counting Monday. That was a delivery day. We are gonna power out the floor joists this morning. We're gonna get them cut and get them in place so that we can put in the insulation and put on the subfloor. I thought something was up because our air compressor keeps going off like rather quickly even when we're not using it, and there's a leak in our hose. So this is a dud, but we're gonna make do for today and try to patch it up as best as I can. Not even using it and it's going off. This is doing nothing. Ooh, if it's bent a certain way, it's not as bad. Next up, we're gonna put some bubble reflectix insulation in between our floor joists and the subfloor. First of all, the bubble reflectix is a vapor barrier, and my friend said between his 2 different sheds, one didn't have it, the other one did, that his new shed is so much warmer, even without putting, you know, foam insulation. It doesn't have that much of an R value, but it stops a ton of breeze and like cold chill from coming up and underneath the floor.
Wow, what a great system.
Tongue and groove is the worst.
It's great for finishing stuff. Someone just upsell you on tongue and groove?
Craig upsold me on tongue and groove.
Why?
He told me I needed tongue and groove.
Why?
I don't know.
Can we Google why you would need tongue and groove plywood for? I'm gonna look.
Okay, let's look it up. So it's saying a lot of things about why you should use tongue and groove as your subfloor. So I don't know. I feel like we should just trim off the tongue and call it a day and just pretend it's regular plywood. So if we're gonna do this and not cut off the tongue, I think we have the orientation wrong, because supposedly what the tongue and groove also does is helps eliminate bounce going over like the joists. So I think we have to turn our plywood, but we're gonna see if we can even hammer it in first, because there's just no point if we're not gonna be able to hammer it in. They're gonna make fun of me for using chainsaw stuff.
You're making fun of me for lying here. It's also supposed to be staggered.
We're just not going to stagger it.
Well, let's just cut the things off.
No, because
it's all pointless.
I feel like it's not pointless because it's on a joist here.
No,
so it's fine.
The argument was if it's staggered and then the tongue and groove. So literally us not even staggering it is defeating the purpose.
Why didn't you explain that earlier?
I did! I did!
We're having just the most difficult time with the tongue and groove. We are cutting off the tongue and we're just saying F it because it's not working. We just can't close the last 16th inch of a gap, which we have since learned that tongue and groove plywood is supposed to have a gap in between, which is super embarrassing. We should have just done more research. I spent about the last year researching how to build a home, and this is one of the things that I actually haven't paid much attention to because we are doing a concrete slab and I haven't had to worry about a subfloor. And as we all know, research is not nearly the same as doing it in person and getting your hands dirty. So we're so thankful for this experience to learn how to build, even if we're experiencing tons of mistakes along the way. Although we gave up on the tongue and groove, we did end up getting it done. The foundation and the subfloor is all done for us to start framing the rest of this shed next week. Thanks so much for watching and we'll see you then.